Hey there, YouTube. This is Artichoke Dip. My name is Rob, solo RPG gamer. It's been a long day. As you can see, I got some Java here, and so I got a new game system here, and a lot of you guys have commented on it. A lot of you guys have suggested it to me. Some of you have even said, "Hey, you should do a review on it." And I had every intention. I have had other game systems I kind of wanted to do first and get some of the rules down and play them. And, aside of making videos, I do really enjoy the game. So sometimes I got to set that time aside for myself, for miniatures and other games. But enough of that crap. So before I start this video, if you enjoy this video, please don't forget to crush that like button. Or subscribe to my channel to get my latest videos. So, it is Wednesday, September 19, in the year 2018. And the game system I have picked up, it's a very simple game system. A lot of people have suggested it, and so I downloaded the PDF from RPG drive-through, and so the reason why I'm bringing this up is you may want to price this out first. And so I downloaded the PDF, and the game system is For Against Darkness. Now, when I looked at the PDF and how much it was going to cost to print that out on my printer with the printer, I just checked Amazon, and this is on sale for 11 bucks. So it was actually cheaper for me to buy this than it was to print it out, because it would have cost me more in ink and paper than just to buy the book, believe it or not. And, I really enjoy the book. I mean, you figure there is 89 pages here, 90 pages. You figure 90 pages and the ink to print that, and believe it or not, you're going to find out it's just a lot cheaper to buy it. So what is For Against Darkness, Artichoke? You're probably asking yourself. For Against Darkness is a solitaire dungeon delving pen and paper game. Although I suggest pencil because you can erase it. But hey, that's up to you. So this is a very simple game. If you are just getting into the hobby, perhaps you're getting back into the hobby and it's been a long time since you played any RPGs and maybe you need a refresher course. Or perhaps you just want to try the tabletop hobby out and, you're not familiar with RPGs and you don't know if it's really what you want to do. I'd highly suggest getting this one. This is a complete game system unto itself in here. Everything you need to play except for pencil, 2 6-sided dice, and the dice out of your Monopoly set will work just fine as well. Graph paper and just some regular notebook paper. And it's let me put it to you. How should I put this? It's, really, I'm surprised how great of a game this is. I was really expecting to be disappointed, but I'm not. I'm really not. And, I really have to say the reason why I was kind of expecting less is I've watched a couple of game reviews on this, and a lot of people gave it really bad reviews. But, everybody has their own opinion, and, shame on me for not getting it earlier to be able to go through it myself and develop my own opinion on it. So, I think we're going to switch out with those dice. They're a little easier to see. Thank you, James, very much for those dice. So, let's get into this, talk about the rules. This is a very rules light, very simple game. The characters are very easy to create. As a matter of fact, they're just a template. It gives you all the information you need off of there. Now, the elf, the cleric, and a wizard. Because you have, let's just start with the characters. So, you can play a warrior, You can play a cleric. If you're not familiar with a cleric is the party's healer, and they can call upon their god for divine favors of healing and other spells. And they're most game systems, this one, it really doesn't, it touches on it, but it doesn't really go that far into depth in it. But other game systems, a cleric is able to turn undead, and which is really powerful. And when they get higher up in levels, it just gets absolutely rude. But perhaps in this game system with the expansions as it goes on, because it says as the game system goes on with the expansions, it can become more and more expansive with polyhedral dice sets and all that. So, you know, I guess we'll see how that goes. Then you have the rogue. The rogue is the one that hides in the shadows, sneaks around, is able to get past the locks and the traps, and more than likely, you know, will backstab your other characters, take the gold, and leave them for dead. Because, after all, he is a rogue. And then, of course, the wizard. Who doesn't love a wizard? The guy able to cast and wield magic. Know the secret arcane arts. The barbarian. I don't think I have to explain what a barbarian is, but, you know, if you're not familiar, Conan the Barbarian, there you go. An elf. Elf is an elf, and actually, I do like the way that they did the character in here, and this is one of them I picked, was the elf. Very cool. Kind of reminiscent to first edition, not first edition, actually. It would actually be basic or zero edition D&D, and I really like how they did the elf. Dwarf, very cool. Halfling, and that's all the characters you get. Now, it's very, very easy to make a character. As a matter of fact, by time you read these few pages here, 1, the introduction, 2, you're going to have a really good idea of what's going on. A really good idea. That's how simple this book is to really comprehend, learn the system, and it's an easy, easy, easy system. So, without further ado, I think we should get started. But you should be warned, entering the dungeon is easy, but will you get out alive? So let's find out. Let's get to know our characters here, guys. So, my first character, and before I start, I should tell you, I love Lord of the Rings. I just recently got this book. I was actually looking it over dinner, printed this off from my PDF, and then made up the characters, grabbed a cup of coffee, and decided to come in here and do my first play. So this is my very first play with this game. So if I make any mistakes for some of you veterans out there, I do apologize. This is my very first game. So anyways, let's get into the characters, get to know our characters. So our first character is Elrond. He is an elf, and he has a +1 to his attack roll. He has a +1 on top of his additional plus bonus to attack orcs. The spell I chose for him is a sleep spell. His equipment, he has light armor, which I'm going to say is leather armor. It's +1. He has a short sword, which is a -1 to his attack. And he has a longbow with 48 arrows, which is the max amount you can carry. He is first level. He has life of 5. He has a defense roll of 2. Our next character, and I should show you this before we get into this. So Elrond will be represented here by this guy. I'm going to put him on the board. Our next one is Gimli. Gimli is a dwarf, first level. He has a life of 6. He has a defense roll of a +3. He gets a +1 to his defense roll of 3, so to make it a 4 against trolls, ogres, and giants. His attack roll is a +2. He gets a +1 on top of that attack roll against goblins. He has 18 gold. His equipment, he has heavy armor, which gives him a +2 to his defense, and he has a 2-handed battle axe, which gives +1 bonus to attack. And this will be Gimli. Haha. Okay, our third character. His name is Frodo. He is a halfling. First level. He has a life of 4. He has an attack roll of a +1. He has 12 gold. His starting equipment, he has light armor, which gives him a +1 to his defense. His short sword, -1 to attack. And it glows blue when orcs are near. And I put a +1 to attack there. Now, I wrote that in there. That is not part of the rule system. I fudged that a little bit because, hey, his name is Frodo. He's a halfling, and he's got a short sword. Come on, guys. And his companion is Gandalf. It just gotta happen. So anyways, cool thing about halflings I really like is they get this little bonus here called luck. Gets a +1 to luck. So once per game session, if you roll and you don't like the roll, you can re-roll once. And once you re-roll, whatever that dice is, it stands. And you cannot re-roll again. But if you're lucky, it'll get you out of the bind. Okay, and we have Frodo the halfling. Okay. Our last character. His name is Gandalf. He is a wizard. He is level 1. He has 3 life. He has 3 spells. Fireball, Lightning Bolt, and Protection. Which, let me see, I'm sorry. His attack is a +1, melee. He gets a +2 to attack with magic. He has 24 gold. He has a short sword that's a -1. He has an inkwell, a spell book, a pipe, halfling leaf, lantern, some oil, and a flint and steel to get it started. So somebody's got to have a lantern so these poor guys can see in the dark. So I decided to elect the wizard. Now, of course, I'm not doing this is not a Lord of the Rings remake. They're not going to Mordor to drop off a ring or anything. It is just purely coincidental. I love Lord of the Rings, so I thought it'd just be fitting cool to give them the names and put a little bit of a Lord of the Rings, how do we put it, flavor to this. There we go. All right. Okay, guys. So if you're still with me, first thing you do is, once you got your characters made, which is very simple to do, is you go to your entrance rooms. It gives you 6 to pick from, and they're all numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's roll a die and let's see what entrance we get. We have rolled a 5. So entrance 5 is this cross corridor thing. Now, I'm going to say this before I get any further into the video. So if you're new to my channel, one thing I talk about in a lot of my videos, guys, is I love miniatures. I love playing miniatures. I've been playing tabletop games for a long time. As a matter of fact, close to over 30 years now. So I have a lot of stuff. You do not need this stuff to play. I purchased it because I love it. I like it. It's my obsession. My wife even says that I'm addicted to it, which, hey, there may be some truth there. But you know what? I can think of, how do I put this? I think this is a far better addiction than other things out there that some people are addicted to. So, I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to put this way to act as the corridor. Some of you may ask in the comments, I'm going to answer it already. Some may say, hey, where did you get the tile system? This is the Dungeons and Dragons, it's called the Reincarnated set of their dungeon tile system. It's a very cool system. I picked it up when they first released this, and they had it, a special demo price on it. And it was $20 when it was first released for the set. I cannot promise you that's what it is now, but that's what it was on Amazon when it was released. So, there's is our entrance. Let me just move that up better. Boom. Okay, guys, so now when you play the game, what they want you to do is track your dungeon on your graph paper here. So I'm still going to do that, and so, you know, it's very simple. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say 6. So that'd be like 35 feet if you're counting each one square as a foot as movement. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that'll be my 6th square. And this thing kind of opens up like that. But to make simplicity, keep nice straight lines, I'm just going to do one of those. Goes off 10 feet in that direction, 10 feet in this direction, 10 feet that direction, 10 feet this direction, and 10 feet up that direction. Okay. So, now that I have completely destroyed that, let's put it back together. Alright. So, put these guys into view. In comes Elrond. And they talk about marching order. This is the marching order when you make a character sheet. 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Elrond is first, followed by Gimli. I'm going to do one of it like that. There we go. Stagger them a bit. Followed by Frodo, and then followed up by Mr. Gandalf. Alright. So now we got the basic layout. We're in the dungeon. Now, what you want to do is you want to go over from this point and you go to room contents table. So we just, when a room or corridor is empty, maybe it just appears so. So you can search it, and it advises you, you know, when you do that, that you sheath all your weapons, you know, you remove your helmet and all this other stuff. Basically what they're saying is you're vulnerable to a wandering monster attack if you choose to search a room that appears empty. So you got to keep that in mind. But let's roll a 2d6, let's add them up and see if there's anything in this corridor waiting for us. So take the 2d6. Got a 5. Let's go to the 5. And the 5 says empty. Roll on the special feature table. So there's all kinds of tables in this book. And you just turned right here, special feature. It's asking me to roll a d6. So let's roll a d6. 2. Blessed Temple. A character of your choice gains a +1 on attack against undead monsters or demons as soon as that character kills one undead or demon. The bonus disappears. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. So, let's think about this here. I'm going to... I think I'm going to put that on Gimli. He's like the tank of the crew, so I'm just going to write down here, blessed, +1, attack, undead, or demon. Alright. So I put a little note, it's not permanent. Once I smoke one of them, it goes away. So, alright guys, that's pretty cool. So, now, I'm going to say they move up to the corridor here, and they're faced with the question. And I'm going to keep this really random. So they can go to the left, to the right, or straight forward. Now, using 2 dice, we're going to do a percentile of 66, so 11 to 66. So I'm going to say 11 to 22, they're going to go this way. From a 22 to a 42, they're going to go this way. From a 43 to a 66, they're going to go this way. So let's see what happens. I'm going to consider this one, actually, my 10s, and this one my 1s. So they have 36. So 36, I said 11 to 22 this way, 22 to I believe it was a 45 was that way. Anyways, we're going straight. So let's go make this just a little bit more simpler. So my guys continue straight on into the next area. Now, using the same idea of the percentile with the 2d6, you roll these. So the first one I roll will be my 10s, which is a 6, 63. So let's go to 63 and see what we got on 63. 63, it's another, looks like 2 doors here that I have to deal with. So I'm gonna say, just to keep stuff simple, as they reach that part, there's 2 doors where the tile ends, here and here, that they have to contend with. But since they did move into a new corridor, we have to roll the room contents table and see if there's encounters or anything else. So rolling 2d6 and adding them together, I have a 7. Go to the 7, roll on the minions table. Ooh, we like minions. Okay, vermin table. Minions. Oh, they're not the cute little yellow minions. These are horrible minions. Okay, let's roll a d6. A 1. We got 1d6 plus 2 skeletons. So 1d6, 5 plus 2, 7 skeletons to contend with here. Okay. Well, the good thing is Gimli, if you remember, got blessed. So he's got that that +1 to attack an undead or a demon going for him. Now, I'm going to say, because the way they kind of left us on a cliffhanger here, as you can see, they just said, you know, we're here and there's 2 doors. I'm going to say we hear the clattering noise of skeletons marching down the hall at us from this way. So, I'm going to do this. Add that like so. And then, and once again guys, as I've said in the beginning of the video, do not think you have to be obligated to buy all this stuff. I really, really do love gaming, and I've been collecting this stuff for a long, long time. So, you know, don't think you gotta run out and buy all this stuff to play this game, because you really don't. I just do this because I love the game. Alright, so there's a door here. There's a door here. And as we can see, I'll hold these up so you can see them a little better. Dungeon doors. Door here, and the skeletons are coming in this way. Which, let me get some dice here. Now, if you have, you know, dice around the house, I can show you a real easy way to keep track of counters on your board and a numbering system at the same time, and it really will help you keep track of everything. And you can use it for any RPG system. You can use it, you know, for anything really, representing an encounter on your game board. So how I do this, 2, 4, 5, oop. Okay, and so how I do it is I use just regular dice. So there are 7 skeletons. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and blue 1 will represent the 7th. Now, one thing I do for my RPGs is I use these. This is from a different game system. This is from an old bluffing game is what it is. But I really like the dice. They're really cool. They got the skull and crossbones. So once an encounter is killed, a pile of bones is put in its place. Kind of funny. So the walking skeleton will be reduced to a pile of skeleton. There we go. All right. So let's get the encounter going. Now, this really doesn't use initiative. I mean, if you wanted to use initiative, you could. There's no reason why you couldn't, but it really doesn't use it. Maybe the later editions of this might talk about initiative or add initiative into it. So what I'm going to do, for the sake of simplicity, just like they did in old school D&D, I'm going to roll. This is my party, a 5. This is the skeletons, a 5. Okay, so nobody gets the upper hand. They both notice each other at the same time. And, of course, the characters get to go first. Now, Elrond, which is very cool, has a bow. I'm going to move him up here. He has range. And he's going to fire. Now, the cool thing about using a bow in this game system is if you have a bow, you automatically get to go first. That's before any enemy on the board, because the bow is quick. So, anyways, let's talk about this. Let's go to the skeletons. Go back to the minion table. And we're now going to do some combat here. Okay, combat system is extremely simple. Okay, D6 or D6 zombies, 50% chance of each. We're just going to keep it as skeletons for simplicity. Okay, they are a level 3, so I have to roll a 3 or higher to kill that skeleton. A crushing weapon attacks skeletons at a +1. Arrows are at a negative against both skeletons and zombies. Skeletons and zombies never test morale. Reactions always fight to the death. That's good to know. We'll get into morale a little later. I'll explain morale to you, and it is really cool. I'm sure a lot of you guys have this game out here that are subscribed to my channel, so I don't think I have to explain it to you. But as that comes up, maybe some of you that have never used morale before, it's really cool in your RPGs, and it really does add a lot of flavor to the encounters. So, anyways. So, unfortunately, he gets a +1 to attack. So now he's going to lose that because of he's using an arrow, which kind of stinks. So he has to roll a 3 or better. He rolls a 5. Well, even though it's an arrow, guess what? Number 1 is dead. Okay. Now, let me just revisit the rules on the minions, because I thought there was a underneath the combat there was something about the minions, and like I said, I just literally got this book, thumbed through it over dinner, and made these characters, and I'm actually doing the first playthrough here. So if I have to reference back to the book, guys, you know, just be patient. I just got it. All right. Fleeing monsters. Monster reactions. How to attack monsters. Minions are encountered in large numbers. Oh yeah, okay. That's one thing I forgot. So in this game, minions do not give you any experience points. Only bosses do, which, you know, okay. Alright, so they had a 3, I rolled a 5, and of course you round that down, which will be a 3, so it'll kill 1. So if I rolled a 6, it would have taken out 2 skeletons. But it didn't, so it only took out 1. So next in order is Gimli the dwarf, and Gimli steps up and says, "You're dead," and he's using a battle axe. So he's going to get all his bonuses. So he already has a +2 to attack, plus he's been blessed, so he's going to get +3. So he really can't miss. So let's roll. Oh, a 4 plus 3 is 7. Rounded down is 6. So 2 and 3 have been annihilated. Boom. Boom. All right. Now it is Frodo's turn. He's the halfling. And he already has a -1 with his short sword, so he's not going to lose anything there. Oh, no. He's going to step up on top of the pile of bones and go for an attack. Hopefully he gets it. He gets a 2. He misses badly. So he does not get anything. But I have luck. I can re-roll. So I'm going to re-roll this dice. But I have to keep the roll. And I rolled a 4. Rounded down is a 3. And I use my luck for the day. And 4 is gone. Boom. Now, the last one I have is, of course, Gandalf. And let me see what Gandalf's going to do. Let's go to the magic section, shall we? I did mark that off in the book. Okay, now there's only a couple of spells in here, but you do want to familiarize yourself with them because it gives you a brief description what they do. So, Lightning Bolt. This spell works like an attack roll. The wizard adds his level to the roll against a group of minions. The spell will kill just 1 if it hits. Against a boss, it inflicts 2 life points if it hits. Okay, let's see what the Fireball does. This spell works like an attack roll. The wizard adds his level to the roll. Fireball does not affect dragons. Go figure. But it does affect zombie dragons. Used against minions, Fireball slays a number of creatures equal to the wizard's die. Roll minus the level of the minions. A minimum of 1 creature is always slain. So their example here is a level 1 wizard, cast a fireball at a group of goblins. But we're casting a fireball at a group of skeletons. The wizard rolls a 5 plus 1, 6 in total, so 6 minus 3 equals 3 goblins are killed. I like that. So we're going to use the fireball. So Gandalf is going to step here, and he's standing on that pile of bones, and he's going to cast a fireball. Now, he gets +2 for magic. So let's roll, and hopefully he rolls high. A 4 plus a 2 is a 6. Well, let's go back to our example. 5 plus 1 is 6 in total, so 6 blah 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 blah. And if we get a look at our skeletons, their defense, if you remember, and like I said, guys, this game is easy. It's a very easy game. It's very cool. Very easy to pick up. You know, this is going to be one I will play a lot. Actually, this would really make a great miniature game. It really would. Let me get back to my minions table, because they have their level 3. So 4, 5, 6. 1 is slain no matter what. So he took out 2. All 3 of these guys have been turned to charcoal. Boom. Boom. And boom. Now, the only thing I don't agree with, I don't like, is I don't get any experience for that because they're minions. But, hey. So, now, as you remember, he was blessed. Well, that blessed falls off. He's no longer blessed. He used it on an undead, which worked very well for him. So, let's search the pile of bones to see if we find anything interesting. And I'm going to go here. Let me see. Special features, minions. Okay. When a room or corridor is empty, maybe it just appears so. I'm reading this to you guys so you understand. You may search an empty room to determine whether there's something hidden. You might get lucky and find hidden treasures, or even clues to the darkest secrets of the dungeon. However, searching is a dangerous activity. The characters slow down, remove their helmets to see better, sheathe their weapons to inspect things, take a coffee break, and their constant tapping on walls and floors may attract unwanted attention. Okay, well, as long as they're not running the jackhammer, I guess they'll be okay. So, let's search. And doesn't really, I guess I can search boss table, weird monsters, special events, vermins, minions. Let's see here. Treasure table. Maybe I'm doing this. I'll go to the treasure table. Okay, so I'm gonna search. Here's the treasure table. And roll d6. Roll the 6. 1 random magic item from the magic treasure table below. Okay, so in one of these pile of bones, there's something magical on. Let's see what it is. A 5. A potion of healing can be swallowed at any moment, healing all lost life to a single character. Drinking it does not require an action. This is a one-use magic item, usable by all classes except barbarians. Well, you know what? I will, who do I want to give that to? Well, I say we give it to Gimli. Alright, so I'm going to put that here. Healing potion. Okay, so instead of continuing further this way, I'm going to check out these 2 rooms. We defeated these guys. Let's see what's in here. So, something I just recently noticed towards the back of the book is it has a flow chart for you to follow if you want to. A guide to dungeon and room building tables. You know, it says roll the D66 and roll 2d6, blah, blah, blah. Roll your treasure tables, roll your trap tables, so on and so forth. So, you know, if this is actually good. This is a really good book for people who are just starting out in RPG to actually use this. Now, it's not something I'm really going to use because I'm going to play this like I would a normal RPG and let the tables and everything guide me along. So, anyway. So, top of the batting order, I have Elrond. And everybody else comes over and they're like, hey, really cool, man. We found this cool healing potion. Yeah, it's really cool. And, of course, he's gonna open up the door. But first thing is, how I want to do this, just to keep it more random, is I want to use the percentage of these, which adds more randomness into it. So I'm going to say, by rolling them, if I get a high percentage, there's a high probability that this door is either locked or trapped. So let's see. This will be my 10s, the first one I'm rolling. A 20. 2. So, very low probability that it is trapped or locked. As a matter of fact, it is unlocked. And he opens the door. Once again, let's see what room it is. Will be the 10s. 20. 2. Wow, that's weird. I rolled 22 twice. Huh. 2 and 2. Who would have figured? Put 2 and 2 together. And you get 22. Alright. So, we got like the quintessential square classic dungeon tile room. Now, I forgot to update my map here, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to say here, then I'm just going to write D for door, and this corridor just continued on that way. And now, as you can see, I'm going to add 22 in, and 22 is going to come in this way. So I'm going to... no, I guess I wouldn't have to do that. So this... Okay. So the way that they gave me the room, and they say this in the rules, you know, if the room is not going to fit the map, you can always turn the room 180 degrees, whatever, to fit the map. You know, basically make sense of it. You don't want to make something that's, you know, for instance, if I would have put this room exactly the way that it showed, there would be another entrance leading back to the main entrance, and then it's like, well, why in the heck didn't we just take the shortcut rather than going on the main corridor? Anyways, you got that. Alright, so the door is opened, and we have ourselves a normal room. Let me connect those squares. Put this door here. We'll say that's open, and Elrond takes a step inside. What's going on, guys? And now, let's see what's inside the room. Okay, I rolled a 3 and a 2, which is a 5. Empty. Roll on the special features table. Well, this is pretty cool, because the last time it served me pretty well. So let's see what's on the special features. A 2. Another blessed temple. What do you know? This place is blessed. Let me see. He's got the healing potion. You know what? I'm going to give Frodo the bless. Or should I give it to Elrond? I'm going to give it to Elron. So I'm going to put blessed, +1 undead or demon. And the reason why I'm doing that is because that'll cancel out the -1 penalty for his bow against the undead. So he'll still be ahead because he'll get a +1 for that first round. So we have a blessed temple, which is very cool. And but besides that, in this room, there is a corridor that leads straight up this way, a door followed by another door. So I'm going to say there's a door here, and followed by another door here. And of course, oh, what the heck. I'm going to say a path that... Oh. I can always do this. Hey. Another path that leads out of this dungeon room. That way. It runs parallel with this corridor. Alright. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Now, I could either search this room over here, or I could try my luck at one of these other doors. So, let's see how I want to do this. What will they do? Well, I'm going to go back to these. Now, I could decide for myself, but I like the randomness of it. So, I'm going to say, I'm going to roll. If it's a high percentage, they're going to stay in this area and search this area. If it's low, they're going to search the other door. So, this being my 10s, 21. They're going to search this area. So, they step in, and I'm going to say Gimli is going to check, what the heck, this door. Same thing. I'm going to roll the percentage. If it's a high percentage, this door is trapped or locked. If it's low, it's unlocked. So first one being my 10s, 21. It is open. So, and as you can see, guys, I mean, this game it's actually quick to pick up, easy, and I'm actually enjoying this. This is kind of cool. It's kind of relaxing. Okay, 33. 33. Let's go to 33. 33 is just a straight corridor with 2 doors. So it's going to go a door here. Followed by another door there. Okay, so this is going to intersect here. And let me just take in one more peek at this map. Okay, that's what I thought. And then here is another door. So I'm actually actually I'll have to say the door is here. So this is going to lead off into another area out this way. And I'll shade this in so you guys can see a little better what we got going on here. So we have something on the lines of this going on. There we go. All right. So he opens up the door, which leads... Oh, let me see here. Wow, give me a good tile. Give me a good tile. Boom. Door is open. And looking at my map, there is another door down here. And this intersects with the main entryway that they came into. So to make the stuff just a little bit more simple for playing, I'm going to move this up here like so, because we know we came in there. That door going off to this area is still there, and then this is actually going to be represented. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see it. Let me move this all up here so we can see what's going on, so we can all see what's going on. Alright. That's going to be a hallway leading out that way. So I'm going to show you the orientation of what we got going on here. Okay, so my little setup here, so everybody understands what's going on. I'm in here. This is where my characters are. Gimli just opened this door, which leads down here. Comes off the main entryway. This is where we came in. This is where we met the skeletons, and we just entered here. So, everybody can understand that. So, the door is open. Is there anything in there? Let's see. Is there anything in there? Let me get back to my room contents table. 2d6. A 5. Empty. Roll on the special features table. A 3. Armory. All characters can change their weapons if they want within the limits of the weapons allowed to their character type. For example, a warrior who is using a sword and shield may discard his shield and take a two-handed weapon or exchange his sword for a mace. Well, that's pretty cool. You know, I forgot to cross off an arrow for Elrond, so I'll say he just restocks his arrows. Pretty happy with the two-handed battle axe Gimli has. Frodo, he's carrying what he can carry, and let me see. Well, the wizard really can't upgrade to anything else, so I think that's pretty cool, but not really a whole lot I can do with that. Okay. So now it's the halfling's turn. I think he's going to check out this door right here. So he moves up over to here. Same thing, how I'm going to do this. There's a high probability that the door may be trapped or locked. So anything, I'm going to say over a let's say 37%, right? So it's 43. 43. So it's either trapped or locked. So, keep it simple. How I'm going to do this, if it's a odd number, 1, 3, or 5, it's trapped. If it's an even number, 2, 4, 6, it's locked. It's a 1, it's trapped. Of course it is. Of course they're not to be trapped. Alright, so let's go to the traps. And let me go to the front of the page. I'll just see where they keep the traps. Entrance, room generation. More special features, treasures. That would be nice. Final boss, fallen heroes, characters turned to stone. Ooh. Encounters, random spell tables, marching orders. Who was attacked? Empty room search table. me see here. Wandering monsters, secret door, hidden treasure, clues. Ah, traps table, 62. Oh, let's see what horrible trap comes out of there. A 3. A trap door, level 4. Opens under the feet of the character leading the marching order. Oh, well that really sucks. That's him. Alright, so he's going to have to roll what they consider a saving roll. And let me get to that area of how they word it. Basically, saving throw, it's probably going to be done on a D6. I just got to see how they want it done. Alright. Things to remember. Let me see here. How to attack monsters. Entrance. Boss tables. What? No room for... I swear I did see in here. Bribe, outnumbered, fight to death. How to attack monsters. Maybe it's under traps, eh? Well, let's go back to 62, where the traps are. Excuse me. Rogues, disarming traps, bear traps, dart traps, poison gas, blah 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 blah. Alright. Well, I guess the way I'm going to do this, it's going to be the only way that really makes sense to me, is he's going to have to roll a 4 or higher at his defense to see if he actually, excuse me guys, if he's quick enough on his feet. If not, yeah, that's really gonna stink. Alright, so he's got a 2 to his defense roll, and it's a 4. He rolls a 4 plus a 2. He, I'm gonna say, is able to feel the floor beginning to crumble from underneath his feet. And being an elf, the fact that he is nimble and quick, he just jumped backwards and said, not me, Jack. So I'm going to put that there. And he's, or I could say something like this. There we go. That'll work. Actually, that'll work better. So, which is kind of cool, because now, I mean, it kind of blocks that way off, but, you know, it adds a little bit more, how do I put it? Interesting features to the dungeon. So I'm gonna open that up like that, and, or I should just do this. Right, PT, not physical training, pit trap. So I'm gonna write here, PT. Now I'm writing my own little notes. You see how I put this in here, PT, and I'm gonna write down here, pit trap. In the back of the book, it does give you all of these abbreviations you can put on your map. If you choose to want to use them. Me personally, I'm just going to use what I am accustomed to with my own gaming over the years, and I can look at it and say, oh yeah, that's a pit trap. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright. So there's a pit trap there, which is, you know, unless we find another way in the dungeon, we're not going to be able to access this. So the door was trapped, and I'm just going to wipe that right off out. That's now, I'm going to say, inaccessible. How do we put it? Now, I could elaborate and go on with that, but you know what? I'm happy with that as the way it is right here. And, or am I? No, I am not. So, the door was trapped. It slowly opens up. We're going to go a little differently there. Let's see what's in the room. Let's see what other kinds of hideous awaits us. 65. Ooh. Alright. So we got a little zigzag type of corridor. Goes that way, goes up this way. Followed by another door at the end. So now we're looking at this. This is where Frodo's standing, and this is what's before him. So now I could try to make it zigzaggy out of that. Or yeah, why not? So I have that going that way. And then it's going to go up that way. And then I'm just going to borrow this and say it's going to lead out that way. Alright. So, doors open. So Frodo's standing here, looking into the doorway as that opens. Is there anything hideous on the other side of the door? Let's find out on the room contents table. Okay, we have a 9. It's empty. Now, if you remember what it said about searching, you can search, and I believe that is searching an empty room. I did see that table. Traps table, special events, room contents. Empty room search table, 56. Let's go to 56. And let's say he steps inside the doorway and he's looking around. He's searching the area out. And as we see here, here's this little chart of what is in there. A 1, a wandering monster attack. Okay. So, wandering monster table right here. A 2, roll on the vermin table. Well, hey, at least it's a vermin. It's not a, you know, like a big horrific Baylor or anything. Vermin. 3. 2d6 goblin swarmings. Ooh. Ooh. 5 green buttheads. All right. So Frodo hears the shrieking sound of goblins who probably planted the trap. And they're coming in to collect their, how should we put it, earnings that they got off of the dead body, probably at the bottom of the pit, or so they're hoping. Now the horrible thing is, he was looking around, he was searching, kind of, you know, you figured, geez, I don't know, a pit opening up in the floor, you know, might have said, hey, why don't you stay on your toes and keep your head on a swivel, but, you know, after all, he is a halfling. So, well, with that being said, you know, I don't know. Anyways, that'll be his turn, followed by... Let me get these excess tiles off of my character sheet here. Okay, so now Gandalf's turn. Gandalf sees kind of what's going on in here, and he's going to cast Protection on Frodo, because it's probably the smartest thing to do at this point, because, well, it's going to be their turn next. So, let's go back to the spells, and let's read Protection and what it actually does. Okay, Protect, actually. Sorry, I'm calling it Protection. It's Protect. This spell gives a +1 to a single character's defense rolls for the whole duration of a battle. So, that'll work out. So, he gets a +1, and now it's their turn. Which really stinks, because he moves up there, he's going to move in here, he's going to plow into the room there, and I'm going to say the same thing here and here. Alright. So, if we go to the goblins, right? Go to the goblins, the vermin table. The goblins have a level 3, so he's going to have to roll a 3 or better on his defense not to be attacked. So, he has a defense roll of a +1, but he gets an additional +1 because he's got Protect on him right now. So that'll be a 2. So let's see how it goes with these attacks here. He's got a 6, 7, 8, so he's good. He's protected. That was a really, you know, I called that one. Alright, same thing with Gimli. I'm going to do him next. Mr. Gimli. He has a +3 to his defense, so... It's got an 8. Yeah, they didn't hurt him. These two dudes are attacking Elrond. Elrond has a defense of a +2. And he gets a 3, so he bakes it by the skin of his teeth. So none of the characters were taking any damage, which is cool. This is very cool. So now it goes to the top of the batting order, which is going to be Elrond. Elrond, he's going to make a distance between him and the goblins here, using his bow. And he's going to roll, baby, roll, and he gets a +1 to that roll. Come on, 6, come on, 6, baby, come on, 6. Okay, he's got a 3, I will take it. That's a 4, rounded down, 3. So number 3 is a dead goblin. Alright, Next one on my list is Gimli. And he gets a +1 against goblins. He's already got a +2 to his attack roll, so that gives him a +3. I don't see this going well for the goblins at all. You know, I think I'm going to have to get another cup of coffee for this one. Alright, it's time to kill some goblins. He rolls a 5. +3 is an 8. Ooh, so 8 rounded down. Well, you really can't round it down. It's, 4 and 4. And there are 3. So, dead. Hee. So, I got a pile of bones here, and I got a pile of bones here. Now, the next one is Frodo, the halfling. And he gets a +1 to his attack roll. So hopefully he rolls a 6, because if he rolls a 6, he gets to roll again, which is awesome. And that's cumulative. So if you were to roll, 3 6s in a row, you take all of that. And he rolls a 5 +1. Well, he's got a 6, but he did not roll a 6. But 6, 3 each, they're gone. And boom, boom. Yeah. Very cool. And Gandalf, well, I think Gandalf's actually going to search the carcasses to see if he can find of anything of use. So, let's see how we're see how we wants to do this, eh? Let's go back here to these boss table, quest table, vermin table, treasure table. All right. I think, actually, I don't know. I should just do it the way I did it before. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this kind of simple, guys. I mean, I'm just going to use these. Okay, so I'm gonna roll to see if there's a high percentage that there's treasure in any of these carcasses and these goblins that's worth keeping, basically. That's going to be at 13%. That's pretty low. Let's see if there's... I know I said treasure, so they really don't have any gold on them worth anything. So is there anything of a magic item, maybe? 34. That's still pretty low. I would at least want at least 35 to 37 or better. So they really don't have anything of value, which kind of sucks. But hey, is what it is. Probably why they were trying to kill us to begin with, because they're broke. Alright, so these guys, I'm just going to clear them off the board. The goblins are dead. This is here. So I'm going to use the percentage die again to keep it a little more random. I'm going to see if we continue this way or if we go back through that way. So let's see. First one that drops is my 10s. 40. 4. We're going to continue this way. So let's bring this into view so we can see what's going on. Here. Can't forget the... I'm just going to put this here for the time being, knowing there's a pit trap there. This goes that way, and this goes that way. So, top of the order will be my elf. And I'm going to say he rounds the corner here. And looking at my... He rounds the corner here, like so. And he sees another door at the end. followed up by Gimli, Frodo, and Gandalf. All right. So, he's going to approach the door cautiously. And using what I did before, I'm going to see if there's what the probability of this door being locked or trapped. So first one to drop is my 10s. Let's go for locked. 35. It's like it's there. Let's see if it's trapped. First one to drop is my 10s. 52. Of course it is. All right. So, this is going to stink. 5. Spears coming out from a wall. Level 5. Attack 2 random characters. Cool. This is gonna hurt. Well, this is how I'm going to do the 2 random characters. I'm gonna roll a 6-sided dice for each one of my guys. Any of the odd numbers, 1, 3, or 5, they're the unlucky ones. Okay, Elrond is a 1. Gimli is a 4. He's safe. Frodo is a 2. He's safe. And Gandalf is a 4. Alright, so there's got to be 2. So I'm going to start back over at Gimli. 5. Boy, that sucks. Well, we found... So a spear comes out this way, and a spear comes out that way. And of course, it's a level 5. I think Gimli may get through this pretty well. We'll see. I'm going to do Gimli first. His defense is a 3. Come on, roll a 6. Roll a 6. He rolls a 1 and a 3, 4. And it is a level 5. So, what does that mean? Well, he takes 1 point of life damage, is what that means. So I'm just going to do this and work it down to 5. Now for Elrond, who's got the defense of 2. Come on, 3 or better. A 4. Okay. The nimble, quick little elf is able to, watch the spear go into the wall as he watches his buddy Gimli pull one from out his chest and be like, ooh, that looks like that hurt. Okay. Well, now the door opens. And let's see what's on the other side. Oh, let me re-roll that. First one to hit the table is the 10s. 31. All right. $31 is this room right here. So I'm going to add that to my map. See how that comes into there, comes in there. And it does something like that. So shade that in. And there's a door there, and there's a door here. So this is what our, this is what our dungeon looks like now. As you can see, we came here, trap door, and now there's this room here. So I'm just going to take this tile and move this here to represent that. Using this tile because there is a door here. And there's a hallway. Let me move this back this way like that. So this is where the party is. There's a door here. This leads down actually more or less like this according to the print. And there is another door here. Alright. So, what is in the room? Let's see. I have a 6 and a 4, which makes a 10. If corridor. Empty. Otherwise, roll on weird monsters table. Oh, man. Well, this ain't no corridor. That's a room. And, weird monsters. That just does not sound right. I mean, weird monsters. Okay. A 3. What is a 3? A Chimera. Level 5, 6 life points, 3 attacks, normal treasure, on every of the Chimera's turn. Boy, they should have edited that a little better. On every of. Okay, so on every time the Chimera takes a turn, roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, the Chimera breathes fire. Instead of performing multiple attacks, all characters must save versus level 4 fire or lose 1 life. Alright, well, let me see. I do believe I have a Chimera around here. Well, I don't know where my Chimera is at the moment. Boy, that stinks. So, I think we are just going to use I'm just going to use the Werben. That'll be my Chimera right there. Oh, I think this is really going to suck. So let's see how it goes. You know, guys, I'm having a great time with this game. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I hope it's interesting to you. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. Alright, so the way that it goes, he's got the bow, he gets to go first, and he's going to fire an arrow at this Chimera, and he's probably going to just upset it. That would be my guess. And so he gets a +1. Come on, 6. Come on, 6. Give me a 6. Give Daddy a 6. Oh. Okay, well, he's at level 5, he does a 2, he loses an arrow. Actually, I forgot to count the arrow from the Goblin, so he's at 46. So the arrow fires into the room, bounces off the Chimera, and Chimera looks really frustrated with my outfit at this point. I think he more or less looks like lunch. Well, Gimli is going to attack. That's all Gimli can do. Gimli's going to attack with his battle axe, and come on, 6. Come on, 6. Give me a 6. Please give me a 6. Oh, yes! Yes! I'm not going to disturb it, so you can see it's a 6, which is cumulative. Alright, so... Oh, hell. I don't... 6, 7, 8, plus his bonus. 8, 9, 10. 10. 10. Chimera has a 5, does a 10. So that's going to take 2 life points off of this sucker. So, Chimera was 6. He's now 4. Alright, it's now the halfling's turn. What the hell? Custer's last stand here, guys. He's going to move up over here. He's got an attack roll of 1. Come on, 6. Come on, 6. Yes! Okay. He gets to roll again. 2, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. And the Chimera has 6. So rounded down. Okay. He takes 1 life point. But you know what? I'm going to take it. He's at 3 now. Alright. And of course, there's Gandalf. Gandalf is going to give him some lightning to play with. You know, chimeras love lightning. This spell works like an attack roll. The wizard adds his level to the roll. Against a group of minions, the spell will kill just 1. If it hits against a boss, it inflicts 2 life points if it hits. Okay, let's hope that this hits. Okay. Come on, 6. Come on, 6. 2. Boy, that really stinks, man. Alright, 2, and he gets an attack plus 2, which is 4. Unfortunately, it's not enough to hit the Chimera. That's the unfortunate part. The Chimera is at half life. And unfortunately, I don't think this Chimera is that happy. Now, let me get to the morale. Let me see with these guys, monsters' reactions. Now, when you play this, you can go by this here and it will tell you what the monsters do. If you know, I kind of like, I don't know, the whole point of trying to bribe a monster is just kind of not in my vocabulary. You know, it's like, no, I'm going to kill the thing. I'm not going to try to give it money to say, here, please leave me alone. No, we ain't gonna do that. But what I do have to see here is with the morale to see if, you know, he's at half life, and I want to see if this weird, well, I think I might have to do this the old-fashioned way, because I'm not seeing it in here, and I don't want to really, you know, bog up this video with looking for that. Alright, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. The Chimera, he ain't backing down. He's going to fight to the death. That's what he's going to do, because he's a Chimera, damn it. Alright, so let's get back to the Chimera. Vermin table, treasure table, special events table. No, I want the weird monster table. Okay, the Chimera. 6 life points, 3 attacks on every Chimera's turns. Roll a d6. And 1 or 2 to Chimera. Okay. So he gets 3 attacks. His first attack, ooh, is fire. So all of my characters have to roll a defense of 4 or better or suffer fire damage. So Elron, he has a defense of 2. He rolls 1. He takes 1 fire damage. So he is now at 4 life points. Gimli, the dwarf, he has a defense of 3. 2, he's good. Alright, Frodo, he has a defense roll of 1. A 2, I think I said it was 3. 3 attacks, and I'm rolling fire, level 4. Okay, no, so he takes a life point, so he is now down to 3. And of course, Gandalf, he has a defense roll of 1. He rolls a 2. Plus 1, he takes 1 point of life damage. So he's now down to 2. Okay. Ouch. Alright, it's back to the adventurers. And let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Please give me a 6. A 5. I'm going to take that 5. He gets a +1 with the bow, which is 6. And the Chimera has a level of 5 rounded, so he'll get 1 attack. He takes 1 life point from the Chimera. So the Chimera is now at a 2. Gimli is going to attack again. Come on, 6. Come on, 6. A 5, I'm still going to take it. +3 is an 8. And of course, Chimera's level is 5, so 1 life point. So this thing is down to 1 now. Which now goes to Frodo. Frodo gets a +1 attack. He gets a 5, 6. I'm going to take it, and Frodo delivers the final deathly blow, killing the Chimera. Alright, I want to see what kind of cool stuff we get. Okay, normal treasure. So let's go to the treasure. We should get treasure, and we should get experience. Since this is the first one I've actually killed, that gives experience. I'm gonna have to see how they do their experience. But first, the important thing, the treasure. I want my treasure. Alright. Treasure table. A 3, a scroll with a random spell. That is cool. That is really cool because my Gandalf can add that. So I'm going to put down here scroll. I can go to the spells, and I can add this to my spell book later. He has blessing. The spell removes a curse from a character. He already has fireball, lightning bolt. I think I'm going to take escape. Escape. Alright, now that's pretty cool. That was the normal treasure. Hey, that's cool though. Now, I think at that point, guys, it's starting to get late, and I got work tomorrow. I think we're gonna leave off there. very cool game. Actually, I really enjoy this. This would work. This right here, I can tell you, I'm going to use a lot, but I'm going to use it a lot with these guys. This is a very cool to do miniatures with. And I'm having a lot of fun with this. So, really, really great game. Really good game, guys. I will leave a link to this on Amazon, and you could purchase it there. You can also get it from RPG Now, and I will see if I can find that link on PDF as well. And I think this is where we're going to end the video, guys. And you know, for those of you that have recommended this game system to me, thank you so much. You know, you were right. This is a fun game system. I've had a lot of fun. I, you know, really believe the other people that, how shall I put this? The other people that I watched their videos as they rated this game, and they didn't really give it, you know, that high of marks. I have to say I disagree with them. I think this is a good game. This is a great game. It's very fun. As you can see, I've had a lot of fun with it. And over this time period, we can look back at the dungeon. We came in here. We went through this door. Pit trap here. As we followed through here, Armory was down here. And Chimera was right there. So a lot has happened. The dungeon keeps going, and you know, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this, guys. I really am. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed my video, please hit that like button or subscribe to see my latest videos. And this is Rob, the Solo RPG Gamer. And unfortunately, I have to go to bed, to get up in the morning, to go to work, to pay the bills. Because I wish they gave this stuff away for free, but yeah, they don't. All right. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And game on, my friends. Game on.